Hey everybody, welcome back, Flat-Ride FPV. So this is what we're doing today. We're going to be trying to putting this AirUnit in the Dart. Now, I lost the footage from taking out the hybrid camera that was in there. This is the Rainbow build that we followed along with Painless 360 on. So a lot of good stuff on there. This was the Dart build for him, but what I want to do is take the other components out, put it in this HD system, which is just awesome. The big thing I'm trying to get the AirUnit as using it for different models. Now this one, I have set up a couple of different models that I just swap this in and out of. So I'm doing the same thing with this because my goal is not to have to buy a $190 AirUnit every time I want to put it in a plane. So what I'm going to do is get it set up so that I can just pull it out, put it in a different plane, and from that plane I can pull out, put another plane from there. Now I did find some things on Thingiverse, which looks like it might help out a lot. This is going to be a tray that holds the AirUnit. I had to modify it just a little bit. I don't know whoever made the STL file, what antennas they were using, but with the stock antennas like this, they didn't quite fit, so I took a Dremel and kind of dremeled out those edges just a little bit, kind of a chop fit right now, but with them in there, it keeps the antennas nice and solid in there and keeps them at an optical angle when they go in. So this I'm going to take and mount that tray somewhere right about there, and so I can take that in and out. It should be able to go right by the battery. You can see the camera has already got part of the install in there. Again, forgive me that I kind of lost the other video to it, but I can't do anything about it, so that's it. So we're going to get this put in. We're going to work to try to find a spot that's going to sit. I'm thinking what we might do is, because again, I want to make it so that I can take it out and use it in other planes as well when the time comes. So I'm not buying new AirUnits all the time. So I figured what we'll do is I'm going to try to attach the little tray here to my Velcro strap for my battery. And I think I'm going to make a slit so that'll stick in there. So what that'll do is that'll help keep that in position right there. It's also going to set partially on the my little cap right there. So it's also, the plastic is away from, so I can keep the metal away from all my connectors and everything. That's where I had taken out the connectors for the camera that was in there before. But this tray should sit in there. I should be able to get that, and then what we'll do is we'll split the part of the top in a place where it will fit those antennas. It's actually not going to be too bad. So you can kind of see that it's going to be out the sides. They're still at a really great optimal angle. And then with the balance on our little balance parts on the bottom, it comes right in. So if I can keep everything where it's at, it's just a tad bit nose heavy, and that's okay. That works out good for these planes. And then we can take, I'm still working on, the printer's going here in a couple seconds as soon as I get the file going. On Thingiverse, I found a snap-in camera holder for this. So what I'll do is I'll be able to put that in there and mount the holder in there. So that when I need it, I just pull the holder out, unhook the camera, put it into a different plane, yada yada, so I can reuse my DJI more than that. But for right now, I need to get that file going for that camera. I have trouble with the internet up here in the boonies, so it's giving me an issue. But as soon as I get that going, we'll come back and we'll see what we can do to try to get that fit in. All right. All right, while that camera piece is printing on the printer, we're going to go ahead and notch a slot in this right here. And that's going to fit the Velcro strap through, so when I cinch up the strap, it should hold that in. Let's do the professional thing and mark it. What do you think? As we hack at it with whatever we have at our disposal. And I realized before you tell me that in the event of a crash or something like that, that little piece right there is probably not going to hold it in place. But if I'm crashing, I imagine there's a lot of things that aren't going to hold in place. So, let's see what we got. Oh yeah. All right. So, let's strap the battery in. All right. So that seems to fit on there really well. It's going to give it a lot of. I'll probably end up again velcroing that to that 3D printed piece. We'll take and cut some reliefs for the antenna right here. Get a couple slits so those will fit nice and flush in there. And the good thing about this is that is going right down the hole for the thing. So inside there, I don't know if you can see it with the camera or not. Inside there is the vent, and the air unit sitting right underneath that vent. So as it blows down, it should blow right across, a lot of good air right across the front of that. We're going to see that print should be done here in the next half an hour or so. Once it is, I'll see if it's going to fit. You know, there's not a print that's made for it. You know, so it's not like I was able to look up a STL file on Thingiverse or something like that, or that would fit in there nicely. Now, let's look at the front of this thing real quick. So, when we look at the front, see if I can get it in the actual camera frame here. Look at the front. It fits in there not too bad. The hole is oblonged because before I had the RunCam Hybrid in there, which was great. Got 4K footage on that thing. It was really nice. And but you know, why tape 4K footage and run it back when I can just see that great kind of footage for myself firsthand, first person with the DJI system. So a lot of my planes are going to this DJI, and I'm trying not to have to buy one for the thing for every plane. So I guess we're going to see how that works. Yeah, so it was, I think, in the position that it's in. You know, once that lid goes down with that air, I think that air is going to be forced right over top of that. I can't see really having any problem with it. You know, if it was a Vista that was having a little more trouble with cooling, I might be a little more concerned, but I'm going to give this a shot. See how it does. It may be great. It may suck. Who knows? But while we've got some time, I'm going to show real quick with this. I found my super pointer here. All right. So we got TX6 R and T right here. So that's where we're going to hook in so we can get our OSD information. Unfortunately, I don't have a big enough pad really to run this off of that I trust. So I'm probably just going to run it hardwired right into the battery leads as they come off of there. Now the ESC runs back this way, so it will be coming through here. I don't know how well the power's filtered through this. I think it's probably pretty steady, pretty constant, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. It should go right in. But the hookups are there, nice and short wires. Again, when I started doing these to switch these to different planes, I got a couple of these. That's the silicone wire set, and I think I got these from Rotor Riot or something. But so these are DJI replacement cable sets. So I've got one in the Caprina that I use. I've got one in this one that I'm going to use. In my quads that I've got up there that we're not doing right now, but in the quads I've got a couple of those, so I can pop them out and put them in a different airplane or put them in a different quad if I wanted to. So most of them are able to just come off pretty easy and come out. This one should be able to come out super easy. So these will work out good. Of course, that's going to cut really short. I'm not using the controller. Again, I'm using the Crossfire system. But that'll work out. And of course, someone asked me about the battery. Let's take a look at the battery. The battery I'm using is a 3-cell 1500. And it just barely fits in there. And I got to tell you, with this big battery in there, with that in there, it worked, balanced out really good. So if ever I can put in, without wasting having to put extra weight in the nose to make it balance, I'd much rather have a bigger battery. You know, because if it's going to balance out, sometimes you don't want to put weight in there and try to get the bigger battery, so that'll work. But that's what I'm using. I got it facing that direction just because it, again, it's a really tight space. Luckily enough, it's got kind of these concave areas on either side of it that that battery slips in into and fits really nicely. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna check on my print right now, see how it's going. Hopefully it'll be ready soon, and we'll be able to get see if I can get that camera mounted. And again, hopefully I can get it so that it's friction mounted against the battery. So I put the battery in there. I want it to butt up against it enough that it's holding that camera in place. So I'm not worried about it getting knocked loose or shuffling loose or anything like that. I'll end up putting that in, this in. And guys, I realize that it's a little bit more steps to have to do this, to be able to take it out and put it in a different plane. I got it. But again, I don't want to, I think the extra hassle of making it fit and getting everything lined up is a lot more cost effective than just buying new units and buying a bunch of units. So, and I don't have that kind of money at all. I don't know if you can see it down there. Not really looking to try to crush that capacitor too much. So, but I do like it's on the tray and it's not going to ground out against anything. So, all right. Okay, hopefully there'll be another part to this. I don't know if I'm going to try to do it all as one video or if I'm going to do two. But either way, I'll try to document fixing it, finishing it up so that you can have it. Thanks. When I'm not doing my RC, I'm redoing my deck. Again, if anybody cares. That's my dog, Bailey. Bailey! What's up, buddy?